Hello everyone. Good morning. Dear authors and invited guests, I welcome you all to the technical session 8E. Myself, Siddesh Mughal, and this session would be moderated by me. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation and Jira Scholastic LLP, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the fourth World Conference on Information Systems of Business Management ISBM 2025 Bangkok, Thailand. The fourth edition of the conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event was held yesterday in Bangkok, Thailand, and the virtual event was being held through Zoom today and tomorrow, that is 25 and 26 September 2025. I hope you will enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive session through the day. In this session, we have 10 presentations, and each presenter will be given 10 minutes for the presentation, 2 minutes for the question and answer. On 9 minutes, I will raise a gentle reminder. There's another request to all the participants that you all stay connected with us till the closing remarks. If you have any query or update, then you can write it to me in the chat box. Just before we start the session, I would like to introduce you to the chair of the session, Dr. Leiden Avedano. Dr. Leiden Avedano is a seasoned logistic and supply chain management practitioner with over 15 years of expertise in strategic planning, business and development, procurement, warehousing, and inventory management. Currently serving as a Dean of the College of Business at Indian College, Dr. Edvedano is an also active professor at San Beda University, Delasa University, and Indian College. He is the president of LCA Lean Logistics Specialist OPC, providing consultancy on lean logistics and supply chain transformation. Sir, do you have any opening remarks to the participants?
Hello, everyone, and I would like to welcome you again to the Fourth World Conference, and thank you for participating in this, sharing of researches to the body of knowledge. So, yeah, thank you, Sidesh.
Thanks, sir. Our second chair for the session is Dr. Samiksha Shukla. Dr. Samiksha Shukla is a professor and head of CSE CY at Jnanadas Sagar Institute, India. With over 17 years of academic and research experience, her research interests span computational security, uh, artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, and big data. Her core expertise lies in computational security, artificial intelligence, and healthcare related projects. Ma'am, do you have any opening remarks to the participants?
All the best. I would like to welcome all the participants to the conference.
Thank you, ma'am. Moving forward, let's start with the presentation. Our first presentation is presented by D.O. Juka. He is presenting an expository deep learning approach for network intrusion detection in software-defined networking. Sir, are you there? I think he haven't joined yet. Okay, let's moving forward. The next presentation is presented by Trudera Lidi Anita. She is presenting blockchain-enabled trust platform for home-to-home shared accommodation services, a quantitative study in tourism management. Ma'am, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear my voice?
Yeah, ma'am, you're audible. You can start your presentation, ma'am.
Okay. I'm sharing my presentation now.
Yeah, ma'am, it's loading. Yeah, it's visible. You can start now.
Hold on. Uh, oh, sorry. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I will present our research title, Blockchain Enabled Trust Platforms for Home-to-Home Shared Accommodation Services, a quantitative study in tourism management. This work authored by Thierry Dalili Anita, Arif Zulkarnain, and Abdul Rauf Rizwan. This work examines how blockchain features can strengthen user trust and influence their intention to use home sharing platforms such as Traveloka and Airbnb. Our study focuses on bridging the gap in empirical evidence, especially in emerging markets like in Indonesia. So, the background of this study, we see that tourism platforms such as Airbnb and Traveloka operate on a peer-to-peer model that eliminates traditional intermediaries but raises significant trust issues. Users are often concerned about transaction security, data integrity, and personal privacy. And then blockchain technology promises to address these challenges by introducing transparency, smart contracts, and decentralized verification. These features can create a more reliable and safe environment for both hosts and guests. But limited empirical evidence exists on how effectively this mechanism drive user trust and adoption. So, this research seeks to investigate how blockchain features, system transparency, smart contracts, and decentralized verification affect perceived trust and users' intention to adopt blockchain-enabled services on Traveloka. While much of the existing literature is conceptual and focused on developed economies, our study provides quantitative evidence from Indonesia and emerging tourism market where digital adoption is increasing, but user trust remains a barrier. Let me clarify the key construct examined. System transparency refers to visibility, immutability, and traceability of blockchain transactions, promoting fairness and accountability. Smart contracts are self-executing agreements that enforce terms automatically, reducing human error and enhancing transactional reliability. Decentralized verification involves validating identities, reviews, and transactions through network consensus rather than a single authority, which strengthens security and credibility. Perceived trust is the user belief in the platform safety and reliability, while intention to use reflects willingness to adopt the new features such as blockchain-enabled services. For the intention to use, it is a user readiness or willingness to adopt and interact with a digital platform or new technology feature such as blockchain-enabled services. Based on the technology acceptance model and trust theory, we developed and tested several hypotheses. We proposed that blockchain features, system transparency, contracts, and decentralized verification would influence perceived trust. We further hypothesized that perceived trust directly intention to use the platform, and that blockchain features may also have direct effects on intention. Additionally, we tested whether perceived trust relates the relationship between each blockchain features and intention to use. For the methodology, our study applied a quantitative explanatory survey using an online survey of 200 Indonesian Traveloka users with prior experience in peer-to-peer accommodation services. Purposive sampling techniques ensure relevance of respondents, and data were analyzed using structural equation modeling with partial least squares through SmartVLS 3.0, a robust method for exploratory models and moderately sized samples. We assess both the measurement model, validating construct reliability and validity, and also the structural model for hypothesis testing. So for the respondent represented a balanced gender distribution with 52% male and 48% female. The majority were young adults aged 18 to 25, followed by 26 to 35 and 36 to 45 age groups. Occupation-wise, 45% were students and 36% employees, with the rest entrepreneurs or other professions. Platform familiarity was high. 58% had used Airbnb and 42% Traveloka for accommodation bookings. This demographic reflects digitally literate users who are relevant for studying blockchain adoption. For the measurement model evaluation, our measurement model demonstrated strong reliability and validity. All proton bank alpha and composite reliability values exceed the recommend 0.7 threshold. That means strong internal consistency. And then average variance extracted values are more than 0.5 for all constructs. That means it is a good convergent validity, and the Fornell-Lacker test also confirm discriminant validity. For the structural model evaluation, we find that six of our hypotheses are not supported, and the other were supported. This finding highlight the pivotal role of digital value and decentralized verification in driving trust and adoption. Users seem to value direct evidence of secure, credible verification when deciding to adopt blockchain features. In contrast, transparency and smart contracts, while theoretically important, may be perceived as standard or not well understood by users. The result underscored the critical function of trust as the main driver of behavioral intention in adopting blockchain-enabled tourism platforms. So, for the practical implication, for platform developers and managers, enhancing digital value and user experience is essential. This includes intuitive interfaces, personalization, seamless transaction, and then clear communication about trust and safety features should be prioritized. Additionally, educating users about how smart contracts and transparency safeguard their transaction would help raise awareness and improve adoption. For researchers, future work should explore how cultural and generational differences shape trust and consider longitudinal studies to track trust and adoption over time. This study is limited by its cross-sectional design, which cannot capture changes over time, and its reliance on self-reported data, which may involve bias. Future research should use longitudinal or mixed method approaches to better understand evolving perceptions of trust and blockchain adoption. Expanding to other markets and user groups would provide a more comprehensive understanding of global blockchain acceptance in tourism. In summary, digital value and perceived trust are the primary determinants of users' intention to adopt blockchain-enabled home-sharing platforms. While smart contracts and system transparency remain conceptually significant, they were not decisive factors in this study. These findings stress the need for user-centric design and strategic communication to build trust and encourage adoption of blockchain technology in digital tourism ecosystem. I think that's all for our presentation. Thank you very much for your attention.
It was nice presentation. I just have
Thank
one
you.
query. The thing is, you have collected data, or it was a secondary data? It was what you have used for your studies.
We have secondary data.
From which resource you have got the data?
Come again? I
From
cannot
which repository you have got data?
from. I'm sorry, I don't understand your saying.
You have collected secondary data. So as it is secondary data, you would have collected it from some repository. So from where you collected data?
Oh, see, they are the Traveloka users, the Traveloka apps user in Indonesia, especially in Jakarta.
Okay. And what was the size of data?
The size of data, we have 200 users apa we have 200 data for the to who fill the survey.
Okay, and for the experimentation, what was the configuration of the device, the machine you used to do experiment?
Oh, we use the Traveloka apps and also the Airbnb apps that use to book hotel accommodation, especially 5 hotel stars in Jakarta.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, do you have any questions?
Yes, just a few. Um, Good afternoon, Miss.
Sure, thank you.
Good afternoon. So
Good afternoon.
just an immediate, just quick questions. Why did you choose Traveloka as a sample? Traveloka users.
Oh, I observe my students in Nusantara University in Jakarta. Most of them using Traveloka. That's why I think maybe in the as in general in around West Jakarta, the most people using for the traveling apps is Traveloka. That's why we choose the Traveloka apps.
Understand. Thank you. And another thing, um, just to clarify, because the result of your findings that security, transparency did not significantly affect the perceived trust. Do you think that the respondents' level of understanding of blockchain affects this particular result? Because after all, blockchain is really more on transparency, right? And this should greatly impact trust. Can you?
Uh, Okay.
Yeah,
Surprisingly, because the respondent age mostly around 25 or 30, I mean, they are still in the Z generation something. They just trust the application, Just so they do they don't care because they trust it too much. They don't care about the security, things like that.
understand.
Yeah. So
All right,
it's a become like a paradox, but it happened here.
understand. So maybe in the for future studies, you might want to include that as a moderating factor.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for the idea.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Moving forward, up next we have Zainaba Shlaleha. She is presenting Business Intelligence Impact in Small and Medium Enterprises Performance, a literature review. Do we have Zainab?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Muga.
Yeah, ma'am, you can start your presentation.
I will share my screen.
Yeah, you can share.
Is it visible yet?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. 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 Yes, good afternoon, everyone. I would like to thank you for the opportunity to present my research titled Business Intelligence Impacts in Small and Medium Enterprises Performance, a literature review. So here's the agenda for today. Let us start with the background. So, in this era of rapid technology advancements, business and organizations are uh, battling to dominate the market and improving their performance. This affects harsher on small and medium enterprises as they also need to implement solutions like technology advancement in their business. On the other hand, the growth of business intelligence has significantly enabled the industry to gather their resource and help support their business performance. So, as the market advances rapidly, many large companies have integrated their BI into the systems. This, of course, impacting the environment to be harder for SMEs to thrive. So these studies seeks to learn how business intelligence might enhance the performance of SMEs. With these aims, the research questions are as follows. The first one is, how is BI adoptions can impact SMEs performance? And the second one is, what are the benefits and risks in BI adoptions? Here's the topic for the review. The first one is business intelligence. Business intelligence itself can be defined as a set of applications and tools and analytical methods that can support business performance and organizational management. Some even describe it as a protective wall for enterprises, quoted from Ragazoo. And BI itself plays a very significant role in improving a business and organizational performance as it can provide valuable insights and support decision making by uh, having a data driven and enhancing overall operational efficiency. So this capability was found to be to can help organization in identifying both opportunities and risk and help them to stand out in this environment. The BI impacts itself includes the benefits for organizations. Amongst them are improving their performance, efficiency, productivity, and growth. The implementation itself can change the perspective at levels that goes from professional work into entertainment levels, like from hospital management to sports analytics. So this advancement of BI is can be considered as a core of improved performance, as it can affect all of the other technologies and the evolution of the industry itself. And the impacts of BI will have relied heavily on the types of the tools and the methods. So on the right figure here are the examples of consideration factors that stakeholder can consider in choosing their BI tools, and the features that can also be considered to be provided for the tech provider. Next is the small and medium enterprises. So SMEs refers to small and medium sized companies, and most of them do not have a very defined structure. Generally, they will only be constituted by the owner that will have to make the decisions from the pricing, the hiring, and the salaries, and many more. And most of the time they will hire personnel um, to fulfill various functions and positions, and not a very defined job descriptions. So uh, the company, no matter how small or large they are, will always generate data from their activity, and most of the time it will use data management applications, which for some maybe are very complicated to use and obsolete. For the methodology in this research, we used systematic literature review, or SLR, and the data used in this study was sourced from Scopus and Google Scholar databases. And to ensure the relevancy of the retrieved paper, keywords and alternative terms was conducted in using publish and perish software. So the review itself was based on the inclusion criteria as listed below. Some of them are typed in English, published between the year 2020 through 2025, etc. As you can see in the figure on the right, is the preferred reporting items for systematic review and meta-analysis, or PRISMA flowchart, that represents the SLR process. So the initial search yielded something along those numbers, and after we assess and evaluate and also apply the inclusion criteria, it was found to be around 25 papers. And after applying the thematic categorization, we found that 3 studies answered both first and second questions, and other 9 studies answered the first or the second questions only. The total of studies that we use for this SLR is 12 papers. So determining impacts and factors of BI implementations on SMEs performance. First, we found that it is crucial for BI to maintain SMEs competitiveness amid this advancement of technologies and business uncertainty. So the utilization of BI is considered widely as a tool that can aid in improving their decision making and the quality of their of how they transform data into valuable insights. And a few studies have shown the ability of BI to identify the threats and spot opportunities for business in order to optimize their resource allocation and help with the adoption. According to Widyastati, BI implementation was found to heavily affect the SME's financial performance. And according to Abdul Nabi, the quality of informations can affect directly the impact of BI adoption in SME's financial and overall performance. Now, exploring the benefits and risk of BI implementation in SMEs. So, many
Ma'am?
researchers have.
Yeah, ma'am, your 9 minutes are over.
Okay, so I would just skip this one. As for the discussion and conclusion, business intelligence has proven to be very vital tool for improving SMEs performance in this market. And the effect of BI really depends on the contextual factors such as the SME's financial capacity, the data quality that they gather, the level of the integration, and the type of tool that is being used. So it is not rare for SMEs to face notable challenges such as high costs and the lack of skilled employees, and of course the inability for them to achieve their expected returns. So these limitations indicate the importance of having a very well planned strategy and achievable assessments before deciding to adopt BI. And for future research, this study is very important in order to help meeting the needs of SMEs in order for them to thrive in the harsh environment. And this study is still limited by the reliance on English language publications and time, and potentially we are made relevant insights from other sources. So yeah, that's all for me. Is there any questions?
Hi, Zainab. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, I just have just a few question here. Among the reported outcomes or result of your research, decision making, operational efficiency, and financial performance. Among these result or outcomes, which one do you think is the strongest and most consistent improvement across this research?
The most constant results that that we found is the support for decision making, as overall BI uh, will always have help to give real insights from data, and it essentially is used to transform our data into valuable insights that can help the stakeholders in improving their decision making.
Right. Thank you. So having said that, with the rise of AI-driven platforms and even the cloud-based business intelligence platforms, how do you see these innovations reshaping the accessibility on business intelligence and the adoption of the SMEs in the future, like in the next couple of years or months even?
Yes, so as we know, big companies and enterprises have been adopting BIs from long ago, and SMEs have not. So the gap is way too large, and by having these studies and provide a more various and economical platform BI tools, it will certainly help SMEs in thriving in the business on the next few years, especially.
Thank you so much, Zainab.
Yes.
Yeah, ma'am. Do you have any questions, Samiksha ma'am? I guess not. Okay, moving further. Up next, we have Sadhna Mishra. She is presenting comparative evaluation of open source automatic speech recognition tool for mathematical speech recognition. Ma'am, are you there? Sadhna ma'am, you are not audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, now you are audible.
Good
Yeah.
morning.
Good morning, ma'am. You can start your presentation.
Yes, sir.
Oh, ma'am, Sadhna ma'am.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you can start.
Okay. So good morning, everyone. Thank you for giving me an opportunity for presenting my paper that is based on comparative evolution of open source automatic speech recognition tools for mathematical speech recognition. Today, I will be discussing the introduction related work, research gap, objectives, the methodology, and the results and the conclusions. The ASR, the automatic speech recognition, has been increasingly being applied in many of the field like education, healthcare, and many more. But the recognizing mathematical speech is really difficult due to its different kind of symbols, different operators, nested operators, and the special format. So accuracy is really critical because even a single symbol, if whatever we verbalize, and if it is misspelled or misrecognized, then it will lead to some different kind of mathematical meaning, and that will give you a different kind of mathematical equations, or might be it will give some error. So the importance of accurately recognizing mathematical speech will be helpful in real-time captioning of online tutoring, then the voice-based equation input in on the digital platforms. It is helpful in the assistive technologies for the different visually, even the impaired learners as well as the disabled people. Then it also helps in the automatic annotation of the educational videos. These are the papers where I have seen that the most of the focus was with the speech to latex form. Uh, uh, but generally the accuracy issues was there with the complex type of mathematical symbols. And in the paper of 2022, that has been introduced with whisper and NLP rules, that has given the most accurately result with the math expressions, but the domain of the mathematics was the algebra only. Then few of them were not open source. Uh, Shiv Kumar, in 2022, they have used the general ASR comparison, but they have taken the TED Talks and audiobooks and didn't taken the math specific speech generally. So the main research gap that has been noticed that most of the ASR tools are giving the very good results, but not with the mathematical speech. And generally, the if there are few, then those are not open source ASR tools. Sorry. In the methodology sections, I have taken the data set. I have created data set with the 7 mathematical expressions, which covers the arithmetic, algebra, trigonometry, calculus, vector, matrices, and limits. These 7 expressions were given to the different users, and these expressions were chosen to represent the different kind of symbolic complexity, or you can see the different kind of pronunciation patterns are used by the different speakers as well. The 6 speakers have been chosen, including that 3 were male and 3 were female, and they have recorded the different expressions through the WhatsApp voice notes. The recordings were converted and then converted to the WAV format as per required tool. These were the verbalizations done by the different speakers, but still they were be allowed to use the free of speech to use the different kind of terminology they are using to speak the different expressions. So we have seen the different kind of variations, even the variations in terminology used by different speakers. Even for the, suppose we are saying 3 plus 5 equals 8. So the different speakers are using this way is equal to. Then in limit, there is a limit extends to 3. Few of them has used approach to, and for the fractions 2x upon x minus 1. So if you have used the divided by like that. In matrix, the order is sometimes spelled by cross or by. So these kind of variation in terminology used by different speakers. In evaluation metrics, I have used the word error rate and processing time. These are the 4 tools that I have used for the comparison. The whisper is transformer based. Then deep speech is RN based. WASC is Kaladi based, and Pocket Sphinx, that is a CME Sphinx project based. The metrics were used was word error rate, that is measures the transcription accuracy, and the processing time that is taken by the each tool to transcribe the each expressions. So these were the results that we have received from the different tool. So the S1, S2, S6 are the 6 speakers, and these are the expressions on the Pocket Sphinx. In the Pocket Sphinx, we have seen the most of the words were not transcribed correctly, and even they have it has been substituted the different new words as well. So for the 0.99, we have got for the 6 number of expressions, that is the limit. So for the limit, it was able to recognize 1% words, but for other domain of mathematics, the word error rate higher. In deep speech, we could see the small lesser word rate is in only the algebra and the matrix. But in the trigonometry section, that is the expression 3 in trigonometry, where the sine theta, cos theta, these type of terminology are used, we are getting the higher WER, word error rate. In a WASC was the fastest one, and it is lightweighted as well, but the again in the identifying the trigonometry symbols like sine theta, cos theta, these kind of terminologies has not been recognized by WASC, but still WASC has given the moderate performance, in which the first algebra, or even in the metrics and integration sections, that is the 6th and 7th expressions. The whisper has shown the outsmart each and every tool, and in whisper the even the verbal form of numbers has been transcribed to numeric form, that is a kind of ONE has been converted to the one number, like TWO2 is converted to 2, and only the symbols were not converted. But in the most of the domains, the whisper has shown very good results. Just minor errors were there with the a vector and the limit kind of mathematical expressions. So generally, overall, that was with the speaker dependent. In the last slide, if you could see the speaker dependent performance are also shown. Even with the because each speaker has a different style of speaking, and as well as the length of the verbalization was different. So that the in WER rate we could see the different. In WOSC you can see the speaker 1 is giving the 0 WER rate, and for the expression 1, and speaker 4 is giving 1. So it's totally different. So we can see that these expressions are speaker dependent as well. Now I have here the WR comparison on the overall mathematical domain. I have calculated, so we can see the significantly difference between the other tools. So Whisper is showing the very less average WR, so it's just a 2% kind of error. So the overall on mathematical transcription, Whisper is performing very well. Whether the WOSC is showing the moderate performance with the 0.56 WER. The deep speech and pocket sphinx really struggled with the mathematical symbol and the complex expressions. Sorry.
Ma'am, your
Yes.
9 minutes are over. You can wrap.
Yes. In the processing time, actually, each of the users have taken a different kind of recording time as well. The in processing time, Whisper was, even though Whisper has given the more accurate results, Whisper was taking too much time for processing the larger expressions. We can see for the matrix expressions, it has taken 10.76 seconds, but overall the average time was the 6.58, and the WOSC was the fastest one. So we can say that WOSC is beneficial for the online live tutoring. But in mathematics, the accuracy is very, very important, because the single error, a single misinterpretation can lead to the different kind of equation. So the Whisper has shown very good results in the accuracy. So it is most suitable for the educational and assistive applications. The future research can explore the more math specific training corpora with having the symbolic aware models, as well as the more diverse speaker data sets that we can use. So this is all about. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you for your presentation. So I just have one question. So you have used different models. Have you checked with different type of languages?
Uh, no, ma'am, I have not checked with the different type of language. I actually mainly with the which you are talking about. Sorry, I didn't understand.
You have used 4 models for
Yes,
automatic speech recognition, right?
yes.
So have you tested it with only English language or any other language you have tried?
No, I have not tested with any other language. Generally, we have in a Hemex. In other languages, what happens, ma'am? The terminologies are different. But in English, there is a more problem, because we spell I. So I is interpreted as EYE also. And in maths, we have a single letter I in vector. So then again, we have a extends. So how we speak in English, that is a limit extends to. So that is sometimes interpreted as EXTEND in English. So in French we have a Hemex data set, and one paper was there also with the this data set. So they have used in a different language, because these type of problems are not arising in those type of languages. But in English and maths we have a similarity. For one also, sometime it is considered as WAN1. X, for X variable there is a AXEX. So with the different pronunciation, the words are similar in English. Okay, so in English and maths, there are similarities. So I have used with the English.
Okay, and what was the experimental setup for this?
The data set where the users have recorded in the WhatsApp voice note, but in the Pocket Sphinx and in Deep Speech, it's the recording is accepting only the WAV format. So we have converted those. But the WASC and Whisper, all those formats are accepting. Even the OGG format, FLAC, MP4, all those formats are accepting. So those were not conversions, were not done. Deep speech, I have in deep speech, I have converted all the audios. For WASC, I have used the latest version that is 0.15, and the API is 0.3, and the Python was it is supporting Python 3.6. I have used 3.10. For Whisper also, I have used Whisper 2022 small model, and it is supporting 3.10. But deep speech, for that I have used the Python 3.8.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Sir, do you have any questions?
No questions from my end.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you
Okay.
so much, sir.
Yeah,
Thank
ma'am. Moving further. Next, we have Mitro Nishmeko. He's presenting decentralized public donation pool covering fees for free blockchain protocol usage. Sir, are you there? Yeah. You can share your screen.
Thank you. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, it's visible. You can start.
Thank you. Good day, dear colleagues. My name is Dmitro Nishimenko, and today I'm glad to present the results of our research on the topic decentralized public donation pools for covering fees in blockchain protocols. The immense potential of distributed ledger technology for creating transparent and secure systems is already well known. However, despite all its advantages, its mass adoption still faces significant obstacles. In this report, we will examine the key barriers and propose an architecture that can eliminate them. Now, before we move on to our solution, let's clearly define the problem. Today, there are two fundamental barriers limiting access to decentralized protocols. The first is financial. DLT-based systems to protect against DOS attacks and for economic reasons require a fee for each transaction, known as gas. For many potential users, this is a significant obstacle or disadvantage. The second is technical. Most protocols require the user to have what is called an externally owned account, or EOA. That is a wallet with a pair of cryptographic keys. Creating, securing, and managing such a wallet is a complex task for a general audience unfamiliar with blockchain technologies. As a result, these barriers create a kind of wall that limits participation in important on-chain events, such as election or DAO governance, to a narrow group of technically proficient enthusiasts. Our work proposes to build a bridge over this wall. We propose a model based on the concept of public donation pool. The key idea is to shift the financial and technical burden from end users to interested donors and event organizers. In this model, donors fund a pool that covers all transaction costs. From the user, only some form of identification is required. For example, an ID card with NFC, which can be verified on chain. Thus, we eliminate the need to both pay and own a wallet. To implement this model, we define four key roles in the ecosystem. First of all is organizer. They initiate the event and define its rules, including the logic of the smart contracts. Donors, this can be the organizers themselves or any other interested parties who provide liquidity to the pool for cover fees. The users, the end participations of the event who interacts with the system through a simple application providing only their data, for example, a vote in election. And finally, relays. This is a decentralized network of technical intermediates. They pick up user data from them into full-fledged transactions and send them to the blockchain, receiving fair compensation from the pool for their work, It's important that anyone can become a relayer. The protocol's life cycle is logical and consists of consecutive four consecutive stages. First is creation of smart contracts. The organizer deploys all the necessary infrastructure on the network, the pull contract, a proxy contract for relay interaction, and the target contract for the event itself. Next is donation stage. The pool is filled with funds. This stage can also continue during the event itself, providing funding flexibility. During the main stage, the event stage, users submit the data and the relay is processed. Users submit the data and the relay is process it, receiving confirmation from the blockchain. Finally, after the event ends, the reward distribution takes place. The smart contract automatically and transparently distributes funds from the pool among all relays in proportion to their contribution. Now, let's consider the two most important mechanisms that ensure the stability and the security of the system. The first is security. To protect donor funds from malicious actions such as spam transactions, we implement a mandatory on-chain filter at the proxy contract level. This filter validates each transaction before it is sent, filtering out invalid requests. The second is the economic incentive. To ensure economic viability for relays and to ensure them against gas price fluctuations, we propose a reward model calculated by the following formula. So you can see it below on the slide. So reward is approximately equal average gas price multiplied by K. K is an incentive coefficient, for example, 1.5. This coefficient ensures that the relay will be profitable and creates a stable market for transaction processing. The theoretical model is supported by a wide range of practical applications. The most obvious example is electronic voting. Our model allows for the creation of transparent, secure, and most importantly, accessible voting systems. A prime example of the implementation is the Freedom Tool protocol, which already uses identity verification via NFC-enabled IDs for participation in on-chain events. Other areas include the EU governance, where the one verified person, one vote principle can be implemented, and multi-signature wallets where the users do not need their own EOA to confirm transaction. To access the novelty of our approach, it's important to compare it with existing free abstraction standards such as account abstraction and the gas station network. While both of these solutions successfully solve the problem of fee payment, they do not eliminate the fundamental barrier, the need to own an EIA. In the case of account abstraction, a separate smart contract is required for each user. GSN is in turn requires the user to have an EOA to sign meta transactions. As can be seen from the tables, our the public donation pool model is the only one that does not require the user to own an EOA or deploy or a personal smart contract. Thus, our model takes a step forward by offering complete abstraction from the EOA concept at the protocol level, making it fundamentally more accessible to a broad audience. In summary, our proposed public donation pool model has four key advantages. First is maximum engagement. It eliminates key technical and financial barriers, opening up Web3 to Web2 product users. Second is decentralization and openness. Support for an open network of relays and crowdfunding increases the system's resistance to censorship. Third is flexible financing. The ability to dynamically scale to accommodate an unexpected influx of participants. Next is the last one is objective reward. Programmatic and respondent reward calculation guarantees fair compensation for relays. And conclusion, we believe the presented model is a comprehensive and flexible solution for organizing accessible, transparent, and decentralized on-chain events. It is a step forward, creating a more inclusive and accessible decentralized future. Thank you for your attention.
Ma'am, do you have any questions?
No, I
Samisha?
don't have. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Sir, do you have any?
Yes. Good afternoon or good evening, sir. Um, this is my questions are actually um, given that the pool this gas gasless or gas free pool public funds, what security measures or governance protocols will you propose to prevent abuse, fraud, or misuse of these funds?
Thank you for your question. As I, if I correct, I can say that if you mean that someone can make such more transactions to overload system or this kind of things.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Can you please uh, repeat the question, please?
So, given that this the pool manages public funds, what security measures will you propose to prevent abuse or fraud?
Okay, now I understand. In this system, we can create some uh, uh, summary of votes that can be made. For example, if we talk about electric votes, we can calculate how votes we should how much votes can should be made, and then don't and then if this sum of votes was made, we stop to uh, calculate new votes and the system stop working. But it can be resumed this work if we uh, uh, add more funds to pool.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you, sir. Up next, we
Okay.
have Steven Jackson. He's presenting determinants of user satisfaction in digital payment system transaction, a Philippine perspective.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. I am Professor Stephen Hoxton, representing National University Las Marinas, National University, Philippines. And before I start, I would like to greet my fellow Filipino, Sir Lyndon Avendano, and of course, our high school principal, Ma'am Annalisa Sinfuego.
Good
Please
afternoon,
allow
sir.
me to share my screen. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, sir, you can share your screen and start presentation.
Okay, so the title of the paper is Determinants of User Satisfaction in Digital Payment System Transactions, a Philippine Perspective. And I would like to first give credit to our student researchers who are the main authors of this paper: Miss Andrea Mayuga, Casey Berdin, Mary Faith Lagmay, Love Joyce Mortel, Lovely Peñafiel, Ashley Sakayanan, and also my co-professor, Mr. Manuel Logato. For the introduction, digital payments, including mobile wallets, bank transfers, and QR codes, have transformed financial transactions by offering speed, convenience, and accessibility. In the Philippines, the COVID-19 pandemic accelerated the shift from cash to digital payments as people turned to safer, contactless options. Usage rose sharply from just 1% in 2013 to 42.1 by 2022. The Central Bank of the Philippines set a goal for digital payments to make up to 50% of all retail transactions, highlighting a strong push for financial inclusion. In this context, the study seeks to assess the level of satisfaction with digital payment systems among residents in selected cities in the Philippines. For the purpose of the study, this study focused on digital payment transactions from a Philippine perspective. Specifically, it aimed to, number one, identify the socio-demographic profile of the respondents in terms of age, gender, civil status, highest educational attainment, and estimated monthly income. Number two, assess the most commonly used digital payment systems and platforms and types of transaction performed. Number three, determine the level of satisfaction in using digital payments based on usefulness, ease of use, and intention to continue using them. And number four, examine significant relationships between satisfaction levels and three factors. Number one, most used digital payment platforms. Number two, respondents' social demographic profiles. And number three, overall assessment of satisfaction with digital payment systems. For the hypothesis, number one, no significant relationship between assessment of the level of satisfaction and digital payment system use. Number two, no significant relationship between level of satisfaction in digital payment system and most used digital payment platforms. And number three, no significant relationship between level of satisfaction and social demographic profile. In this study, we use the model that was originally designed by Fred Davis, 1989. So this is the technological acceptance model. As you can see in the model, we use the perceived ease of use, perceived usefulness, the behavioral intention to use, and the actual system use. We are only guided by this theory, and hence we decided to design our own, and hence coming up with this research paradigm. As mentioned earlier, we gathered the socio-demographic profile of the respondents, and we also determine the usage patterns through the digital payment system type and the transaction type. And we measured the perceived ease of use, perceived usefulness, and the user satisfaction through usefulness, ease of use, and intention to use. For the methods, the research design is descriptive correlational design, and we use the instrument, survey instrument, the questionnaire that is adopted from Davis 1989 and Venkatesh and Bala of 2008. For the sampling and respondents, we use random sampling from the 400 respondents from city of Dasmariñas, Cavite, Philippines. For the data analysis, we use both descriptive and inferential statistics together with chi-square test. For the results and discussion, number one, social demographic profile, I designed this table according to the highest and the lowest findings or results rather. For the age, 39% of the respondents are age 18 to 20, while the lowest is 8%, age 51 and above. For the gender, 56% are female, while 2% belongs to LGBTQ plus community. For the civil status, 71% are single, while 2% are separated. For the educational attainment, 56% are undergraduates, while 3% are vocational graduates. For the monthly income, 57% are earning less than 20,000, while 5% are earning more than 70,000 pesos. For the platform usage, 76.5 are using GCash, while the remaining 8% are using BDO and Maya. For the payment activity, 71.5% are using it for fan transfer, while the very little 0.25% are using it for loan. For the number 2, level of satisfaction in digital payment systems. As you can see, as we measure the usefulness, ease of use, and intention to use, there is a significant relationship in the respondents' assessment on level of satisfaction in digital payment system used by residents of city of Dasmariñas. From these three, the verbal interpretation are all satisfied. Hence, the decision is to reject all of the null hypothesis. Number 3, level of satisfaction in digital payment system and most used digital payment platforms. There is a significant relationship in the respondents' assessment on level of satisfaction in using digital payment systems and the most used digital payment platforms. For this, we decided to reject the null hypothesis as a result of this testing. For the number 4, level of satisfaction in digital payment system and social demographic profile. There is a significant relationship between satisfaction and both gender and estimated monthly income, but no significant relationship with age, civil status, and highest educational attainment. Hence, the decision is to reject null hypothesis of gender and estimated monthly income and fail to reject the null hypothesis of age, civil status, and highest educational attainment. For the conclusion, for the demographics, majority are young, ages 18 to 20, single, female undergraduates earning below 20,000 pesos per month. For the platform usage, GCash is the most used platform, mainly for fund transfers and bill payments. User feedback, generally positive, with some concerns on reliability and the user experience. For the level of satisfaction in digital payment system, high overall satisfaction. Users find systems useful, easy to use, and intend ongoing use. For the level of satisfaction on digital payment system and social demographic profile, satisfaction is linked to gender and income, but not to age, status, and education. For the recommendation, scope expansion to broaden demographic and geographic coverage. For the respondent details, to include more detailed respondent information, for example, small local government units data, location, and affiliation. For the variable inclusion, future researchers may consider exploring correlations between socio-demographic profiles and digital payment usage. For the user insights, monitor user preferences and perceptions for deeper behavioral understanding. And for the system improvement, explore learning algorithms to reduce transaction errors and enhance user experience through feedback-driven design. That's all for my presentation, and I am now open for questions. Thank you.
Thank you. It was nice presentation. What were the criteria you have selected for choosing that satisfaction element?
Yeah, for the inclusion criteria, we identified that the respondents be residing in Dasmariñas City, Cavite, and they have experience at least using these digital payment platforms. Thank you.
Do you have a follow-up question, Doctor? If not, yeah, if I may, Sir Stephen,
Sure,
thank
sir.
you thank you very much for sharing your research. I just have one very important question because in your findings, gender and income correlate with satisfaction, while the other variables such as age, civil status, and educational attainment do not. Right? Can you provide
Yes.
insight into why these two particular variables matter more than the others, and how do you think the service providers, the digital platform, payment platforms, would respond to these findings?
Yes. I think, sir, based on our analysis of this, um, as we can see, there is a significant relationship between satisfaction, both gender and established or estimated monthly income. Because, um, as we can see, because based on the findings, also majority of the respondents are very young, and most of these young people are uh, very very exposed to using digital payment, right? And um, I think based on the findings, those people who have enough money to transact and to use the digital payment are actually the ones that we really find relevant when it comes uh to this satisfaction level. So I think it's really clear about what others have already found when it comes to the study in digital payment system. In the Philippine context, it's true that not only Asians, so proven in the Philippines that even though we are classified as a developing country, most of the users are very young and are actually, um, even though they are classified as minimum wage earners, um, still they find this very significant, and they are very satisfied on actually using this.
Right. Thank you, Sir Stephen. As a suggestion, maybe you can pursue this later on. But with with AI powered platform, and I think this is very relevant, no, because of the fast paced in digital in our technology. So AI powered personalization are now common in mobile payments. Maybe in the future you can also research on how these new innovations, no, using AI power that will affect perceived usefulness, and maybe you can include trust and satisfaction across a different user segment. So maybe that is a very good research opportunity in the future.
Yes, sir. I'll take note of that, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sir Stephen.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, sir. Up next, we have Ajay Amjuri. He is presenting identifying the role of ESG in the global capital market. Ajay, sir, are you there? I think we don't have Ajay. Let's move further. Next, we have Rajkumar Patil. He is presenting parametric evaluation of state of the art for pesticide recommendation and disease detection system in cotton plant.
Am I audible?
Yeah, sir, you're audible. You can
Yeah,
start.
good afternoon, everyone. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, sir, it's visible.
Thank you. So, good afternoon, everyone. So, this paper is mostly focused on the recent advancement in a pesticide recommendation, mostly dependent on the cotton plants. So, as we know, like for 24-25, globally GDP for agriculture is agriculture contributes 9.8%, and mostly India is a agriculture based country, and 17 to 18% of GDP is contributed by agriculture in India. Uh, World's and India's population is rapidly increasing, and we need a mass production of each and every types of crops. So one of the report in 2008 claimed that India is growing faster, and rice and wheat is sufficient for Indian growth. But while on other hand, in 2021, another study says that it's not sufficient, and also India ranks as a 105th among 116 countries global hunger index. So based on that, India needs mass production of each and major crops. As we are talking about organic farming, so some of the researchers says that organic farming is not for a mass production, and also we can see a graph from World of Graph that USA, India, and uh, United States, Brazil, India, and China. So the in each and every country, the agriculture labors are decreasing. So based on that, we need a mass production, and for mass production, we need soil should be well nutritious. So we use fertilizers for the same. There should be a proper water supply. So we have different irrigation techniques which we use, and to protect a crop from pest disease and weeds, we use pesticides. So Indian agriculture is basically divided into two parts: Kharif and Rabi, and for my research, I had for pesticide recommendation, I had gotten for cotton crops. So why cotton crops, and why it's matters? So cotton is a backbone for a textile industry and livelihoods for all over the world. So top production of cottons are China, India, and Brazil. So key challenges like in a cotton crop was that 30 to 40% of crops get damaged due to pest and diseases. So to overcome this, we need a good AI mechanism which can detect the disease which disease cotton has, and some context aware pesticide recommendation system which can be used for a sustainable agriculture and farmer profits. So this is a survey from 1961 to 2022 where how much cotton is produced every year. So like China, India, United States, and Brazil produce most of the cotton for the world. And this was a report of ICAR India, where 24.4% of actual cotton crop damages due to weeds and pesticides. So these are the most common pest for cotton. So like bollworm, alphides, whiteflies, thrip, and spider mites. Same way in Indian context, pink bollworm, alphide, whiteflies, and spotted bollworm and pesticides are a most common pests. So so basically, I had done a research on a cotton plant disease detection, disease detection systems use developed by a different researcher, and also for a pest recommendation system. So many of the author has used deep learning and machine learning techniques. Some of them have used computer vision. Uh, Most of them have used transfer learning model to detect the cotton diseases, and they many of them have used different data sets. Some have developed their own data sets, and some have taken from a global data set from a Kaggle. Uh, like in author 10, in a paper 10, author has classified the disease like they were bacterial or viral. So they had used computer vision techniques for like YOLO. Then they have got accuracy around 92%. Then some of you have used transfer learning model, and they have got accuracy around 98%. Then some of you have developed their own convolutional neural network, and they also got a good accuracy around 98%. Then in a 14, they find that if leaves are curved, then they are diseased. If they are normal, then they are not diseased. So they had used a two pattern, like they are diseased or not diseased, and they had used a hybrid model of CNN and one transfer learning model. So based on that, they have got 98.90% accuracy. The same way, many of them have uh, done on different types of diseases. Like in 16, they have find out 22 different types of leaf disease, and based on that, they have uh, classified the model. Then in Ethiopia, uh, they also find they also develop their CNN model, and they have got 96.40% accuracy. So these are the some of the models they have used. Most of them has used transfer learning model as Inception, V4, VGG16, ResNet, and efficient models. So and same way, there are research on a pesticide recommendation system. So mostly the research on a pesticide recommendation systems are like there are the list of the pesticides and which pesticides fits to the diseases. So they had recommended pesticides. It's that like that, and some of them have developed applications for the same too, and some of them have developed a scheduling algorithm when a pesticide should be sprayed and when not. So basically, the gap is that there is a limited benchmark. Most of them is use a Kaggle database or a Bangladesh or Pakistan database. So there is a very limited benchmark for the database. None of them has talked about the economical impact based on that, and none of the model explains the transparency of the model. None of them has used explainable AI or some generate the report why this disease is detected. So, and current research neglects with the optimal pesticide doses. Like most time happens in India that you can spray like 500 ml. You can mix 500 ml in a water, and you can spray on a 1 acre of land. Like so, there is no any optimal pesticide doses that should be used, and none of them has integrated this whole system with IoT. So what I have done based on all this.
Sir, sorry to interrupt, but
Yes,
your
sir.
9 minutes are over.
Okay, okay. So based on this all models, so I had implemented all these models and tested are the accuracy what they had reviewed are right or wrong. So I had done with VGG19. So it's I got accuracy around what they have proposed, like 98%. I got around 97%. Same for ResNet 50, ResNet 1512, and Inception version 3. So this is overall accuracy table for overall metrics for VGG19, ResNet 50, ResNet 152 version 2, and Inception version 3. And as conclusion, so there is no any effective pest management system. So we need to develop a effective pest management framework for next generation decision support system for cotton pest management, mostly in an Indian context and worldwide context also. So thank you. That's from us.
Samiksha ma'am, do you have any questions?
No, I don't have.
Okay, ma'am. Sir, do you have any? Okay, moving further. Up next, we have Arogya Swami Karadi.
No question on my side.
Okay, sir. Do we have Arogya Swami Karadi? I think we don't have him. Moving further, we have Usman Ali.
Yes, sir. I am here. Can I share the slides?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Is it visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible. You can start.
Okay, thank you. Uh, Good afternoon to everyone. I am here presenting a topic in the conference of ISBM 2025, socio-economic indicator-based crime prediction in Pakistan using machine learning techniques. And the authors are me, Usman Ali, Tariq Hussain, Muhammad Mujib Akbar, and Shahzad Ali. The table of contents of this article is introduction, state of the art, research objectives, methodology, data description, performance analysis, comparison with the existing work, and conclusion and future work. And at last, there is a references. The crime is a legally prohibited act. It's like we can say that it's a continuous, serious economic and social issue that threatens public safety, and also factors such as unemployment, political corruption, and population growth collectively distinct patterns of criminal behavior. Over the past 2 decades, Pakistan has faced alarming growth in both conventional and organized crimes, including terrorism, cybercrime, and corruption. Although several government initiatives have been implemented, the overall crime situation critical and requires a more effective interventions. Actually, this research aims to apply diverse machine learning techniques to identify and help mitigate crime rates with implications for policy measures and poverty reduction and urbanization management. And it actually based on the basic machine learning based models, we utilized Kagel's based publicly available data sets, Pakistan named as Pakistan Crimes. It's actually aimed to identify the efficient machine learning algorithms for predicting crime rates, and based on the defined features, it also seeks to evaluate the influence of socio-economic factors such as poverty, unemployment, and on crime rates in Pakistan. Okay. It also aims to compare the performance of the proposed ML models with the existing state of the art. And the existing state of the art is many of the studies have already done this type of analysis based on times, based on different data sets. Like it actually carries different types of data sets from through the words like NCRB, Pakistan Statistical Bureau dataset, Saudi crime-based dataset, China-based dataset. Recently, some studies have presented these type of analysis, and they have some limitations like key findings and limitations. Like key findings are most of the crime control, region-wise preventions, impact of military spend and inflations. Also, key socioeconomic factors in findings of crimes and types of crimes, urban growth linked to crimes. And there are some limitations in the existing studies as well, like limited features, generalizability, and policy implications, limited data, and there are like missed demographic and social factors. Although previous studies have employed various approaches with and without machine learning to detect crimes in Pakistan and other countries as well, most notably, these studies often suffer from inconsistent data detection models or methods, limited data sets, and insufficient analysis of crime rates using socioeconomic features. This study actually based on three basic machine learning based features. First is data pre-processing, like handling missing values, duplications, like feature selections, and then splitting of data. And the second major phase is actually model implementations. And the most effective models for this type of data, we find the decision trees, linear regression, and random forest space. And the third phase is actually the model evaluations based on different evaluation parameters like R2 score and model error rates like mean square error, mean average error, or root mean square errors, and then predicting the final accuracy or performance of the model. And this is a snapshot of the data set that we used in our study. Actually, it consists of different types of offenses like murder, murder attempt, kidnapping, banditry, stealing, and like there are also peak seasons in the data set. And 60 samples were collected spanning from 2012 to 2017. It contains actually zero point 0.7 million data values. Different train and test splits also applied, like 80-20, 70-30, and 60-40. But the promising results we achieved is from like 70-30 base split. And we actually presented this split in our research article as well as in the presentation as well. And this is the regression plot and bar plots for the performances of the used algorithms. And also there is also socioeconomic based sensitivity analysis, like unemployment, poverty, inequality, and murder, stealing. These are the main factors that affect to enhance or increase the crime rate in Pakistan. And there are geographic effect variations types as well. And we have also calculated the model efficiency based on the evaluation parameters. And the highest performance was shown by the linear regression based model. And this is the comparison with the existing state of the art. And there are most related studies that have used these types of machine learning techniques. Somehow they may lag in pre-processing techniques or model selection or something like that. That's why the results are a bit low based on their studies. And we applied these methods, machine learning based methods, and got the promising results from these three linear regression based models, machine learning based models like linear regression, decision trees, and random forest. The conclusion and future directions are the study analyze crimes rate in Pakistan using secondary data sets, focusing on the socioeconomic based factors such as poverty, urbanization, and unemployment. Machine learning models were applied with the linear regression achieving the best performance, finding highlighted regional disparities in crime, but limitations exist due to the missing data, some like geolocation, mental health, or FIR-based records as well. Legal and ethical concerns such as privacy, risks, biases, political inequalities pose challenges to real-time predictive crimes modelings. There are some future analysis as well. Future work will be explore the deep learning and explainable AI-based models, expanding data sets to global regions, and integrating richer variables to build strong public safety systems. And there is a in deep learning models, we have in Pakistan, there is a safe city authority as well, which is actually based on working on real-time detection of crimes based on intelligent surveillance cameras. Inshallah, we will having a future plans to collaborate with these types of authorities so that we can have a more enhanced analysis in terms of predicting crimes. This is all from my side. Thank you very much. And if someone have a question, and then I will be having us like a little query after the questions. Thank you very much.
Sir, do you have any questions?
Yes, Dr. Usman. Sir,
Yes, thank you.
good afternoon or good evening. Well, and I would like to thank you for presenting this, because predictive analytics for crime can be a transformative tool for public safety and governance. So thank you for that. I just have a few questions, sir. First is that the study uses historical data, correct?
Yes.
And can you elaborate on how you assess the quality, the completeness of the data used for this research, particularly since, well, official government data in in so many cases are sometimes inconsistent or underreported.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, this data was quite extensive. We have mentioned that we collected it from like Kaggle, and it is already we can say that have some research-based insights, and we collected some selective samples from the data set, and so that we can have a proposed study on that. And in case of taking permissions or some type of these things, there was no need because it is open access on Kaggle. And some studies have that I shown you in the comparison already. Some studies have used this, but there were some maybe uh, there were some issues like selecting the machine learning based techniques, or maybe in selecting the pre-processing techniques. They were lagging the performance, and based on this data, we find that we can apply these types of basic models. In future, we have plans to collaborate with the government organization like Safe City Authority in Punjab as well. It has like quite advanced types of data. In that case, we will be having some ethical and uh, permissions, or some, we can say that it's like more what we can say in our terms, like it will be more official type of collaborations in future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And that actually answers also my question about the result of the R squared, which is 99.9%,
Yes.
almost a perfect
Yes.
linear relationship.
Yes.
And there's a probability of overfitting the data. So, but anyways, you have addressed that, and
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you.
Another one, sir, because it's very interesting. Your model predicts crime trends for 20 years from 2030, right, and to 2050. Is that correct?
Yes.
Given the shifts or changes, any disruptions, whether it's economic, political, or government, or even laws, what do you think is what are the possibilities that the trend might be influenced, these future crime rates based on those factors?
So
And how we could judge it?
actually, the predictive analysis is based on these basic machine learning techniques. Maybe it can vary in future, but one thing that you asked, thank you very much. I have like a query. We want to maintain the transparency of this basic type of study. There was an issue when we were preparing the CRC. We were limiting the uh, page length of the final manuscript. Then during that procedure, we somehow, like we mentioned in our abstract, that we have done this 2030 to 2050 analysis, but it is actually present in our 15 pages manuscript, this whole section. But we came to know that after the submission of CRC, this graph and the related subsection is missed somehow. But I want your guidance that how can we mitigate these types of bias, so that we are presenting in our abstract that we have done this analysis of 2035 to 30 to with 5 years gaps, 30 to 50 on the existing data set. But there is while shortening the manuscript, we missed this subsection because we were limiting the manuscript from 15 pages to 10 pages. And there is a issue and a query, like we can say that we are having, if there is a solution of this type of query as well. Sir?
Yeah, I think
Okay, sir. Thank you. So before
Actually,
moving forward,
yes,
uh,
yes. Sir,
sir, do you
actually,
have any? Yeah.
yeah, sorry, sir, I put a query. We want to maintain the transparency of our document, but we already presented in our abstract. Our actual manuscript was on length of like 15 to 16 pages. But while maintaining the manuscript up to 10 pages, we somehow missed this section. But we are discussing in our abstract that we have done this futuristic analysis. But this section, subsection is somehow missed in our final CRC. Is there any solution to this query so that there is no issue to the readers because they were reading in the abstract that we have done a futuristic analysis on the same data sets as well, but there is no subsection related to that. It is like a small subsection, but it may be while limiting the manuscript, we have somehow missed this section. And we already have the data and the full manuscript of 15, 16 pages that we maintain up to 10 pages. I need your guidance in this regard that can we have some these types of assistance so that we can add this subsection or we can improve our abstract as well.
Sir, my suggestion would be, if I'm allowed to, the
Yes.
paper should be complete. So even if it is going to 11 or 12 pages, you need to give the complete paper. Sometime it may happen that after 10 pages, conference may charge some little amount.
Exactly. We have,
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
can pay and give the complete paper. Then only it makes sense. Otherwise, it will not be useful for the readers.
Yeah, yeah. This is the major concern for us as well, because we don't want to hide anything, because we are saying that we have done a futuristic analysis as well, and we are missing this subsection in the paper. This is not a good ethically. This is not a good thing, and there is a lot of concerns in like related to this. That's why we don't want to hide this type of thing. I need your, we can also contact with the conference or the ISBM or directly to the Springer.
No. Conference organizing chair and conference organizers, you should connect. They will
Okay.
definitely be able to help you.
We will we can pay, because in order to make transparent your material, like we can update our manuscript if there is a 1 to 2 pages in like length more than the 10.
Then please
And
go ahead, no problem. You just contact co-organizers and you'll be able to do it.
okay, thank you so much. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So
Thank
before
you.
moving further, let me check if we have someone from them who haven't presented in this session. So do we have D.O. Nuko? Do we have? Okay. Moving further, do we have Ajay Amjuri? Okay, I think we don't have Ajay Amjuri as well. Moving further, do we have Arogya Swami Karadi?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me? I'm very much there in the Zoom meet.
Yeah, sir. I can see you.
Yes, sir.
No. Okay, sir.
Yes,
You can
sir.
start your presentation.
Sir, I had sent my PPT presentations to the conference committee. I'll be very happy if in case I can see the PPTs that I've shared, or else I can also talk to you with the data that I have in my hand on PPT also. Can I have that PPT, madam, if you don't mind?
So if you have PPT, you can share it. Or
Yes. Yes, I'll do one thing, sir. I have some technical issues here in Karnataka because of the rains here in India. So, but I'll just
okay.
talk to you about the conference paper that I've just sent you. The subject matter of the paper that I'm presenting is positive work-life balance in women. So we have found out a strategic driver for mental health and empowerment in academic area. We are focusing mainly on the academical area where the women are working, and we are focusing on the work-life balance of the people who are working in working environment. Women are an integral part of current workforce, including academic, wherein achieving the sustainable work integration, critical challenges in ever evolving dynamic workplaces despite institutional reforms. Growing attention to gender equality, women empowerment. This study highlights the role of work life balance, mental well being, and organizational support structure among 103 women professionals that include teaching and non teaching fraternity in education institutions. So, we aim to explore the perception of women on work life balance, mental health, and personal empowerment, along with understanding the role of equitable policies. So we are also focusing on anti-harassment framework as well as the implementation of flexible and exclusive work environment that promote gender balanced leadership, wherein the needs of the voice of women employees are also addressed. So the review of literature for our presentation shows that women in academia face significant challenges balancing institutional demands, family roles, and social expectations. Empowerment, education, income, support family, and work-life balance programs are very vital. So this is understood through Camoite and Senthil studies that are done in the 2007 and 2012 respectively. And we also believe that structural barriers like caregiving burdens, the emotional labor, then heightens the stress, institutional support, gender sensitive policies, flexible work structure, and inclusive leadership improve well-being. Then intersectionally and mental load deepens the disadvantages. Global models like Sweden's parents' leave that was produced in the year 2005 and remote work research that was produced in the year 2019 offer pathway to equity. Strategic multidimensional institutional commitment is very essential. And this particular point is pointed out in Vijayalakshmi Madam's what you call presentation or maybe the research in the year 2020. After doing this particular review of literature, our objective on the paper that we are presenting today is to understand the association between the work-life balance and mental health among women, to examine the influence of work-life integration on women perceived empowerment and professional life. So, sir, why should we make this study is the question. So, in the paragraph called as a need for the study, we have clearly mentioned gender disparities in the current scenario is very crucial issue that greatly impacts women mental health and career development. This study intends to understand the importance of fostering positive work-life harmony that can reduce stress, enhance mental well-being, and empower women professionally, that can reduce the gap and help in design of supportive policies and practices within the academical institutions, promoting an inclusive and effective workplace. Promoting work-life balance would help women their overall job satisfaction and career opportunities that could lead to fulfill the personal and professional life. We have scoped our study to Gen Z and millennial women in education institutions, analyzing how institutional support, personal boundaries, and workplace pressures affect work life balance. Using the data from 103 respondents and relevant literature, we applied chi-square test, regression analysis, and descriptive statistics to assess the personal growth, gender roles, and institutional flexibility. The scope was limited to female professionals, highlighting their distinct challenges and support system. So the method that we have used to make the research for on 103 Gen Z between 23 and 27 and millennials 28 and 24 of 45 years of women employed in education institutions across Hubli and Dharwad. These are the two important cities we have in Karnataka, India, selected via sample random sampling. It combined primary data from structured questionnaire and secondary data from national and international literature. Using quantitative method, descriptive statistics, chi-square test, and regression analysis, we examined the variables like personal growth, gender roles, and institutional support affecting the work-life balance. Coming to the descriptive statistics of the data that we have collected, the respondents had a moderate engagement in personal growth activities, the mean being 2.93 and the standard deviation being 0.96, but faced notable pressure to prioritize work over personal life, which shows that there is a difficulty in maintaining a clear work-life boundaries. Here, the mean being 2.49 and the standard deviation being 0.83. Gender's role in work-life balance is perceived as moderate, the mean being 2.12 and the standard deviation being 0.69. Overall, these findings are aligned with the work-family border theory, 2000 by Professor Clark. So when we made this descriptive analysis, we used activities contributing to personal growth, pressure to prioritize work, personal life, clear boundaries between work and personal life, and role of gender in work. So the n being one or three samples, the minimum being one and maximum being five. And the standard deviation to pick one or 2 points, the clear boundaries between the work and personal life, the mean being 2.49 and the standard deviation being 0.826. Automatically, the skewness will be minus 0.1 and kurtosis will be 0.95. It is one sample. As we have got a very less time, I'm just picking up one or two important aspects that we included in our questionnaire. And role of gender work, once again, the sample being one or three and minimum being one and maximum being three. The mean was 2.12 and the standard deviation was 0.687. And skewness automatically comes to 0.32 and kurtosis comes to 0.98. So when we made the institution study on institutional support, the respondents rated paid parental leave highest, mean being 4.0 as institutional support. Flexible flexible hours, where the mean being 3.5 and standard deviation being 1.2, were appreciated but showed mixed experiences. Training programs received a moderate support, indicating uncertainty about their impact. The questions or the area we covered when we made the institutional support study, flexible work hours and paid parental leaving and work-life balances, where the mean rating between 1 to 5. For parental leave, we had mean being 4 and percentage of people agreeing for it was 50% and disagreeing was 30%. Work-life balance, where the mean was 3.2 and the percentage of people were agreeing for the point was 40% and disagreeing was another again 40%. When we studied the frequency distribution, our table or maybe the calculations showed 39.8 respondents of sometimes pursued personal growth, 30% rarely did. Likely due to workload, and only 29.1% consistency prioritized it, aligning with the self-determination theory proposed by DC and Ryan in the year 1985, and autonomy and motivation enhancing work-life integration. So, to give you some numerical data regarding the frequency distribution we did, we asked the questions like frequency distribution for activities contributing to personal growth, engagement in activities pertaining to personal growth, always, often, sometimes, rarely, never. The frequency for sometimes was 41, and it amounts to 39.80%. Always, frequency of always amounted to 10 and the percentage being 9.70, and the frequency of never was 1 and the percentage being 1.00, and some people responded stating that engagement for activity personal growth is very often, the frequency being 20 and the percentage of that frequency amounts to 19.40. Then coming to chi-square test, the chi-square test showed no
Sir,
statistical significant association. Yes, sir. Can I come to
so you
the
have
findings?
9 minutes over, so can you please
Yes.
wrap up?
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Between that time only I will definitely finish it. Come back to chi-square test. It showed no statistical significant association between clear boundaries and the pressure to prioritize work, showing that setting boundaries may help reduce work-life conflict, but it does not fully mitigate the institutional pressure prevalent in academia. So the chi-square test check association between the between the pressure and prioritize work as well as clear boundaries. We had criteria such as yes, no, maybe, and total. When it comes to yes, 25%, no 22%, maybe 22, and the total number of people who responded to it was 69. Then maybe a response was given by 10 members, no was given by 3 members, and again maybe was given by 22 members. So as the time is very shorter, I would like to conclude my chi-square test conclusion as chi-square value came to 6.377. Then coming to the frequent after distribution, I would like to go back to the last regression analysis. Our table shows institutional support as the strongest, predictor to work-life balance, followed by clear boundaries. Work pressure negatively affects the satisfaction. The questionnaire showed regression analysis for predicting work-life balance satisfaction. We had variables such as clear boundaries, pressure to prioritize work and institutional support. In that, we had a beta coefficient, t value, and significance. When it comes to clear boundaries, the beta coefficient was 0.24 and the t test was 2.56. Pressure to prioritize work was minus 0.18 and t value was minus 2 and the significance was 0.048. Institutional support beta coefficient was 0.32 and t-test value was 3.11 and the significance was 0.002. And coming to my conclusion, the study found institutional support, beta 0.32 lesser than 0.01 and clear boundaries beta being 0.24 and p is lesser than 0.01 significantly boost work-life satisfaction among women in academia, while work pressure harms it. Limited personal growth and mixed views on support reflects challenges in balancing the autonomy and motivation. Aligned with work-family border and self-determination theory, the findings stress the need for gender-sensitive and flexible policies to improve mental health, empowerment, and organizational effectiveness, advancing gender equity and global development. This is what I know the objectives and my conclusion comes. Thank you for giving me this time, sir. I'm open for any of the questions and clarifications by the panel.
There's no question from my end. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Samiksha ma'am, do you have any questions? Okay, I guess no. So, okay,
Yes, sir.
moving forward. Thank you,
Yes.
sir.
Sir, thank you so much for this opportunity. It's very nice to connect to the people of the world from India, and it's been a great time. And thank you so much, and continue to contribute to you, and continue to get your invitations in the same way as I've been getting. Thank you so much, ISBM.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks
So
a
I
lot. Thank
sincerely
you.
thank our authors for their excellent presentations and contribution in this session and all our participants for being part of international conference. I hope this session was informative enough. We on behalf of whole team, thank you for the support during the fourth version and the all previous three versions of the conference. We will be happy to have you in the fifth version in 2026. All the presenters would be getting their digital certificates through email within 2 working days. The publication will be live within 7 to 8 months. Kindly cooperate with the team ISBM 2025. Just a second. I thank our authors. I would like to thank our first chair of the session, Dr. Lydian C. Avedano, for chairing the session. A small token of appreciation on the behalf of our team ISBM and Global Knowledge Research Foundation at partners. So do you have any closing remarks?
Yeah. Well, I just want to thank everyone and the presenters for sharing their insightful studies, and to all the participants and the chair, also the session chair, for the questions and a very engaging discussion. So the
Thank you, sir.
research we have today is important, and because we talks about innovation, data-driven strategies, and trust-building technologies. So yeah, I would like to again express my heartful thanks to everyone.
Thank you, sir. So also I would like to thank our second chair of this session, Dr. Samiksha Shukla, for chairing this session. A token of appreciation from team ISBM 2025 and Global Research Foundation and partners. Ma'am, do you have any closing remarks?
Thank you, Siddesh, for smoothly executing the session. And yes, I'm thankful to GR Foundation, all the authors, and my co-chair. So it was an insightful discussion. Looking forward for future edition of the conference. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So I kindly request everyone to switch on their cameras so that we can have a quick snapshot. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you.